I can divide fractions. All right, bear with me. This can be a little bit tricky. All right, so let's say we have 6 divided by 2. Let's think of those little Oreo cookie packs that come in twos. Okay, so let's say we want to eat 6 cookies and they come in packs of 2. How many packs of 2 would we need to eat a total of 6 cookies? We would need 3. So we're figuring out how many 2s go into 6. You could also skip count 2, 4, 6. Okay, so we're going to explore this using plates and cookies. So 1 divided by 1 means how many whole cookies would fit on one plate, or how many whole cookies would we need to take in order to eat one whole cookie? It would be 1. Let's say we want to eat one whole cookie, but the cookies are cut in half. How many half cookies would we need to take in order to eat one whole cookie? And the whole cookie is represented in this case by the plate. We would need to take 2 of those halves, 1, 2, in order to eat one whole cookie. Okay? This time we only want to eat a half a cookie, so we have a half a plate. But the cookies come as a whole. So if we take one whole cookie, our bellies do not have enough space for that cookie. So we're only going to eat half of it. Okay? All right. We want to eat a half cookie, and the cookies are cut in half for us. So how many of those half cookies would we want to take? We would just take one of them. Okay? We want to have a half cookie again, and the cookies come in 1/4 size pieces. So how many of those 1/4 size pieces would we need to eat a total of half of a cookie? We would need to eat 2 of them. All right, so as you're looking at like these two numbers, you're like, how in the world do they get 2 out of that? Exactly. So here's a little trick that you can do to make that happen. And I'll go back to that one in just a moment to show you. All right, so this is kind of in a way like subtracting integers. You're going to keep the first fraction. So I'm keeping 1/4. Then we're going to change division to multiplication. And when we do that, we take this fraction and we have to kind of find the opposite, but we call it the reciprocal. We're going to flip it upside down. So instead of 1/4, we now have 4/1. And then we can multiply going straight across. Okay, so we're taking something kind of tricky and we're going to turn it into something easy, and it still means the same thing. So then as we multiply going straight across, 1 times 4 is 4. Whoopsies, there we go. And 4 times 1 is 4. And then we could simplify this. 4 divided by 4 is 1 whole. So technically, if we wanted to eat 1/4 of a cookie and they come in 1/4 size cookies, we just need to eat one of them. Okay, let's maybe go back to this one here. So we could rewrite this one as 1/2 times, if we flip this, that's called the reciprocal, we'll have 4/1. And then if we multiply straight across, 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 1 is 2. And then we can simplify. We can either divide them both by the same number, but in this case, the top number can be divided by the bottom number. 4 divided by 2 is 2, which is what we had for the answer. All right, let's take a peek at a few more down here. All right, so for this next one here, 2/3 stays the same. Then we can change division to multiplication. And then we use the reciprocal of 5/6. So we're flipping it upside down, and we have 6/5. Then we multiply straight across. 2 times 6 would be 12. 3 times 5 would be 15. All right, I'm running out of time here. So negative times a positive would be a negative. And then if you have 2 negatives, those make a positive.